Once upon a time in a small village in Brazil, there was a boy who was crazy about football. His name was Pele, and he was known as the Black Diamond because of his black skin and his amazing football skills. Every day after school, he would practice football with his friends. They would play for hours and hours, kicking the ball around and making up games. Pele loved football more than anything in the world. He dreamed of one day becoming a famous player and winning the World Cup with the Brazilian team. One day, Pele and his friends were playing football in the street when suddenly a car stopped in front of them. A man got out of the car and introduced himself as the manager of a famous football club in Sao Paulo. He had come to the village to look for new talent, and he had heard about Pele's amazing skills. The manager invited Pele to come to the club and try out to be on the team. Pele was so excited. This was his chance to make his dream come true. He quickly said yes and got in the car with the manager. When they arrived at the club, Pele saw hundreds of boys who were also there to try out. There were players from all over Brazil who wanted to be in this famous club. The competition was fierce, but Pele was determined to do his best. For 3 days, the coaches watched the players practice and they observed their skills. Finally, it was time for the last round of tryouts. The coaches divided the players into 2 teams and put them in front of the goal. Then they blew the whistle and the game began. All the players were very nervous, but Pele was not. He remembered all the hours he spent practicing with his friends in the village. He felt calm and focused. Whenever he got the ball, he dribbled past the other players and shot towards the goal. The crowd cheered and applauded. Pele played like he had never played before. At the end of the game, his team won 3-2. The coaches were very impressed with Pele. They could see that he had something special, a talent that set him apart from the other players. After the tryouts, the coaches announced that 10 players would be selected for the team. And guess what? Pele was one of them. He couldn't believe it. His dream was coming true. He was going to play for the most famous football club in Brazil. On the first day of training with the team, Pele met many new friends who became his brothers. They lived together in a dormitory and trained hard every day. Pele learned a lot from his new teammates and coaches. They helped him improve his skills and become an even better player. Years went by, and Pele became one of the best players in the club. He helped the team win many important games and trophies. But he never forgot where he came from. He always remembered the hours he spent playing football in the streets of his village with his friends. One day, Pele and his team were playing in the World Cup final. It was the last game of the tournament, and Brazil was tied with Italy. The score was 1-1. Suddenly, Pele got the ball near the Italian goal. He took a deep breath, remembered all his years of training, and kicked the ball. The crowd went wild. Brazil had won the World Cup. After the game, Pele was named the best player of the tournament. He had finally achieved his childhood dream. From that day on, Pele became a global icon. People from all over the world knew his name and admired his skills. But for Pele, the most important thing was to make his country proud. He showed the world that with hard work, dedication, and a little bit of magic, any dream can come true. The end.